Yes. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So we're starting. The problem, what I'm trying to do, I guess I'm trying to start about 5 minutes before 7 so I can set up the link, I can send up the sound, and I guess I just always get it wrong. And that's all right. It's just a learning thing, and probably because I haven't done it for 2 weeks, so maybe I've forgotten my settings and things like that. And the problem with that is that if, for those of you that watch it later, you're getting all this recording for the past 10 minutes, me trying to, get everybody on board. So, and now this talk too. So let's go right into it. And I believe now we're on. And again, my name is Simona. I welcome everybody and thank you for watching these meditations. So tonight we're working with Mother Mary and her beautiful legions of helpers. So I start in many different ways. So I go with whatever people are telling me, and by people I mean my guides. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I'll talk a little bit about the altar, and then whenever she decides to come in to give the message, that will happen anytime during the meditation. Make sure that you are in a comfortable space and that you are, into the space that you need to be. So, the Legion of Helpers, and the way Mother Mary comes in, she is one of these beings who travels through many different vibrational coding. And these may look like passageways or wavelength, or just a column of light, or light beam or light ray, whichever way you want to call it. However you do see it, that's what she does. She often works with a very sparkly gold, a very, very bright pink, and also a very clear white. So for tonight, she's coming in with the sparkly gold vibration and the ray. And when she does that, that means that any other vibrational being that resonates with that wavelength, with that vibrational ray of light, would also be here to assist us in this tonight. So you may not experience Mother Mary, but you may experience many of her helpers, and maybe even other beings that are even more advanced or higher vibrationals than her. But she has a purpose for tonight, and the purpose is to build this altar. And the altar of truth is because we're going into the 2017 is going to be a big year for discernment. It was so last year too, but it's there's a bigger push. Last year, I think most people, the majority, there was maybe 20 to 40% of people who were being pushed were on that wavelength for the informational push of discernment. This year, it's about 80%. So there's going to be a huge influx on that, and into trying to figure out, into helping us really being in our own truth, and but also being able to discern someone else's truth, and whether or not whatever we are experiencing is helping us in any way, or is it something that we can do differently. Sorry, just checking. Okay, so. So the thing about truth, and the truth of ourselves, or the truth of others, or the truth outside ourselves, is that it really is, it goes hand in hand with our path. And it's, if we're meant to experience certain things that that takes us away from our truth, or from someone else's truth, that's okay. That is probably very likely part of your path. And in order for us to stay on that path, even if it is about the truth, our beautiful guides are, their tough job is going to be to guide us towards that misguided truth. And that is because, especially if it's part of our path, meaning it is part of our mission, of our plan that we actually chose. And also then whichever side we're in, whether we're on the side of the receiving end or whether we're on the side of the giving end, each part plays a very important role. You can have one or the other. So again, the concept of student and teachers, we either one or the other. It always plays out that way. Somebody has to do the dirty work, and somebody has to be the good guys. And oftentimes we find ourselves on both sides of the coin, and that's what we often choose to experience. Some of us may want to experience only one side of the coin instead of two, and that's fine too. So she's coming in with that, with helping us building our own altar truth that is really connected and more in a personal way to our own life path and soul purpose, and also master purpose. And if you don't know what a master purpose is, the master purpose is really, it's over periods of many, 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 many lifetimes. whereas the soul purpose is over the period of this lifetime. And the master purpose is a big umbrella, so it can go over thousands and thousands of years, whereas the life purpose is during, the period of time that you have a life of any type and of any time point in time. Because of that, there's an importance into understanding what it is pertinent to your life path and what is pertinent to your plan, and how your truth is being played out and played around, and where you are at on that, on your path. Where have you learned it? Are you being exposed to untruths from others? Are you being exposed to you being able to discern and to have to really get in tune to your sensory of truth from others? Are you in a place of finding the truth about yourself? And the truth about yourself can go anything from your own fears, knowing your own fears, being able to own up to your responsibilities, being able to feel the complete worth and value. It can just extend in all types of ways. Okay, so but tonight it'll be personal, so each one of you will experience something very, very particular to yourself. All right, so I want to check in and see if there's anything that they need to say, that I need to say to you, and also at the same time check and make sure that there's no comments. Okay, great. So we are ready, and I can feel they're just urging and pushing. So these are like meditation journeys, so take your time. It may just be a little bit longer tonight, but whichever time it is, it's going to be all right. So let's start with clearing first, and with aligning. So in order to go into any of these journeys, the reasons why I do clearing is because we just don't know where our body has been. And what I mean by body, I mean all our bodies. So energetic body, physical body, mental body, emotional body. So clearing is very important. We need to realign. We need to have all the channels aligned just right, so that we can just really receive the best energy and in the best ways. Or it will trigger more symptoms that often are not the most fun, like pain in any forms of headaches, backaches, hip pains, restlessness, or an inability to connect. And just, there's numerous ways with that. And the other thing is that in regards of not being able to connect, if you do not experience something, it isn't because you're not connecting. Oftentimes they need us to be out of the way. So if we're experiencing something too vivid, too wild, that may be too much for us. So our spirit guides usually know the best for what we need in that moment. So they take care of us in that way. Okay? All right, so let's start with the clearing. So we're just, and to me right away, Metatron appears. I think he is the bubble scrubber today, if we want to call it that way. We're going to get rid of the thickest layers of ourselves. And I can see that just, you're just scrubbing our aura, our energy body, and our physical body, especially of all kinds of debris and impurities that we have collected from ourselves and others. At this moment, I would like for you to also ask your guides and ask Metatron or whoever, however you want to say, just do the conscious thought, have a conscious thought that you're asking for any energy that does not belong to you to be removed in this moment. Great. Just going to give a second for that to happen and to go on. Not finished. There's a lot of attention that is being posed to the back of the throat chakra and the shoulders and the back. We have weak points of our body systems, and oftentimes those are points where we collect the most energy in those points. So for this process, it felt like it was mostly around the chest, the front of the chest too. So if you feel any pressure, any tightness around the chest and the back, the neck, you may feel the energy going down. I can feel it going all the way down to the back. It's going to rest into the root chakra, so we just got a little more work to do there. And I also want to invite our beautiful friends, fairies. And we're just going to connect to the fairy world and to the crystalline world, the fifth dimensional existence of the crystalline world. So we're just tuning into the frequency. You don't have to know what that is like and what it feels like, but crystals resonates to many different frequencies and many different dimensions. It can be translated in many different ways. It can be translated into color vibration as well, or sound. But right now we're just we're transferring there, or changing the vibration just through our voice and our thoughts and intentions. And we're asking for the fairies to guide us and create the grid for that. And the grid is going to start from our feet. So you can just, if you're very visual, you may start seeing just these little beautiful beings, and they start threading, almost like a spider web, this beautiful threading and grid of the fairies connected to, that will connect us to the fifth dimensional, the crystalline grid. Okay, in this way, we're also connecting to all the crystals and to their purity and to their beautiful energy. And it feels very fluid to me, but also very pristine. And the sound is the same as when you hit one of those crystal glasses and you hit the rim of it, and you get that beautiful, very high-pitched sound. So it sounds like that to me. And the color vibration, the resonating, and they're showing apples, so probably apples resonate to that too, for that whatever reason. I never thought of associating fruits, but I'm sure it does. And but the color is mostly like a very, 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 very soft light blue. Okay, but that's for me. So meaning that, not for me. That's how it looks to me. If to you could be looking something completely different, and that's perfectly fine, because these are my eyes, and all my eyes and my third vision and my telepathic vision allows me to see certain things. It's like having a certain set of color glasses, and you may have a different set, so you may be seeing something different. That's perfectly fine. Okay, just giving the time for them to do all the work that we need to do. I can see them now. They're just coming up from the feet, and they're just going to wrap our legs and our hips, all the way up to the hips area. This is to involve the root chakra and to allow for those denser energies to to be transmuted. And I also want you to see that it's starting to look like as if our legs and our body, without the arms, is like a tree trunk. So we're starting to connect to really to the Mother Earth and to Gaia, but not on this dimension. It's on the fifth dimension. So we're going all the way up, and at some point we're going to go up to the sixth dimension as well, because we really need to be very light, very high in vibration, but also light in body. So nothing denser needs to be with us in this moment to really welcome this healing and this journey with Mother Mary tonight. Okay, having done that, now we need to take care of the root chakra, and for that we're going to call on Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is a beautiful goddess, and because oftentimes for the root chakra we get Isis to show up, the beautiful goddess of destruction. But for tonight, because we're using more gentler energies, is going to be Kuan Yin, and she's going to be bringing both different. She often uses animals, so I see both a koi fish. So if you see a koi fish, that will be, it resonates with you and the calmness that you may need for the koi fish and the fluidity. So learn to go with the flow. That may be part of your lesson or something you learned, so it's being represented to you as that, as an achievement. The next one is also a deer, beautiful antlers. So this is also a representation of a hierarchy, or in the sense of having accomplished. Again, it's an accomplishment that they're trying to honor you for your accomplishment, or at least to get you to honor yourself for your own, that you've, whatever you accomplished up until this point. Okay, and the next one is also a lotus flower. So not everybody's going to see the same. And then there's also a snake. Definitely the snake now does transmutation and improvement and advancement in spiritual paths. So whichever one is being given to you or made aware to you, it has everything to do with you. So that's great. You could see more than one too, and that's fine too. That's beautiful. Now she's coming in with an elephant as well. and a cricket. So the elephant is a representation of a being standing in your own power and being able to really be solid into what you believe. So this is about your beliefs and your belief system and whether or not you stand by them. And that has to do with truth, because if you can't stand by your beliefs, you can't stand by your truth. And the cricket is about jumping into possibilities and probabilities and a little bit of luck for those that need it. So now that we have all these beautiful spirit animals that are helping Kuan Yin to clear the root chakra, we can let's just allow them to do the work. So I can see that each one of them will take turns to come forward and do whatever it needs to do and shower us with beautiful healing and clearing. And they're going to go all the way up to the solar plexus. So it's both the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And just let them do the work and just relax into it and just allow for each one of them. They're taking their time. They're also addressing our back. So they're really addressing on a 360 kind of thing. So don't think just the front. They're just going all the way around. Our aura is immense and all the way around and below our feet and above our heads. So it's not just in front of us. So our energy body is immense and everywhere. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Just a few more seconds. All right, so we are ready to now start our journey. And they want you to see yourself putting on a very special cloak or robe or suit. They're just presenting you with clothing. The clothing is for you to just put in. And it may just, whatever it may look like, go ahead and pay attention to that. And I can feel they're coming in much stronger. So we're probably going to start very quickly into a channel. Just put on your robe or whatever clothing was given to you. They may take you to a closet where you can choose your clothing, and that's fine. That's perfect. That's even better. And then choose your shoes. You're gearing yourself up for your own journey. They're so excited for you, since this is going to be a beautiful journey. They're going to be giving you some kind of headpiece or jewelry pieces, both for the neck area and for the crown area, because that's just two areas we didn't necessarily address in length, but that was because they were giving you these items. So go ahead and they may give you some to choose. You get to keep all this stuff, so you get to take it with you. And it will stay with you. So it's almost as if they're infusing your energy with your aura with energy. They will stay with you for at least 3 to 4 months, because this process, it's a long goal. It's a long-term goal, not a short one. So for those of you that are tapping into this energy and bandwidth wave, this push of these messages, it is for the next 3 to 4 months. So you're getting infused with energy that will stay with you for a while. So the robes or the clothes are a representation of that. Okay, we're almost done. Now for me, it's getting harder and harder to keep my eyes open. If that's the case, you may have you may be triggered to do spontaneous channeling, which is perfect. I think I did say for you to have a writing material, but maybe not. So just, and even if you don't, just allow it to come. Sometimes whatever it needs to be remembered will be remembered. There's no need to have attachment to it. It isn't always meant for us to hold on to everything, even information, especially information. The gist of it is taken, and usually the channeling is part of ourselves, and it's already in our memory and in our truth, so it's already there. Okay, so let's start our journey. I'm going to have you, now that you have all your beautiful clothes, and I keep seeing all of you with like either Superman and Wonder Woman, so that's what you look like to me right now, and myself included, and we're ready to, let's go out and fly. So let's take flight. We're going to go travel through the universe or towards the universe at this time, and you're going at super, super speed. But we're really accelerating ourselves and moving ourselves into, for each acceleration, we're moving to a higher, higher vibration as well. Since we got rid of all those beautiful densities, we're really very light, and so we can move really, really super speed and super fast, and you may see other worlds going by really, really fast. We are forming like a tunnel of light just by going this fast, and just allow for you to just keep flying and keep traveling. So we're going to a space where we're going to be meeting Mother Mary. So she's going to be right in front of us, and I can feel we're getting closer and closer. And just allow yourself to keep flying. And when you see yourself stopping, I'm going to go a little quiet too. Just stop and you find yourself in front of her. She's showing she's sitting behind the desk. But not to put any distance or separation, but it's just the way she's showing that to me. But it may be, she may be seen, you may see her in a different way, and that's okay. All right, so we're almost there. I can feel it's getting much more intense. I'm just going to start going into a trance or a channel to give you the message. Hello, 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 everybody, and so welcome and so happy to be here to give you this message. And thank you for trusting this project and this purpose for you, and allowing us to come through the voice of Simona and to provide a beautiful guidance for yourself as well. We are always encouraging your own guidance, and just know that any one of you can connect to any beings at any times as you wish to do so. It is also our wish for us to come through to you. There's an advancement of that where there's going to be a majority and a great push into getting people to really be into their own power, into their own ability. It is something you've already done, but also in the sense of it has happened already, as your path is already predetermined. You already decided what it is, and so it is in the future, and so it is something that you can also manifest for yourself, because it is part of your manifestation. The truth that we want to speak about tonight, it is the truth about the core of yourself, the core being of who you are, and the beautiful light of yourself. So we are going to guide you into seeing this core being, and we're going to ask you to go deeper and deeper and deeper within yourself, and go all the way down until you see the very spark that created yourself, that created your truth, that created your soul. And go ahead and connect to that beautiful spark. It's a beautiful, very bright, 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 bright light. And get closer, get as close as you can until you can actually touch it, and you'll see it. It's in your hand. It may look like a beautiful light. It can be right into your hand, like a bead of light, or maybe even too big for you to go too close to it. Does not matter. It's not about size. It's never about that. It's never about limitation and measurements. It's always about beliefs. So we are asking for you to believe and to connect to that core truth of yourself, and see your beautiful existence as it started from the beginning. And what is the message and the feeling that you feel as you're getting near and near to your truth and to your core? Who is it that you are, and who is it that you're here to do? Allow your mind to slip away, and allow those old beliefs and the beliefs that are on this world they serve a purpose, but they are limiting our existence and our mind into seeing what it is that is meant to see, for you to see that. And so allow yourself to push away those beliefs and limitations, and to bring forth possibilities, infinite possibilities of other worlds and other ways of being, and so that you can connect to that creation and that beautiful existence and that beautiful core of who you are. I am feeling that you're almost there, all of you. And there are just a few of you who are just struggling a little bit, and then there is not consciously but subconscious, there is a few aspects of self and a few aspects of ego that are pushing. And ego is our friend, and it is something that is part of us. It's our own self. It's a part of ourselves that is mostly in fear. So it is us. So let's give it some love, as we should love it. It's our best teacher. Let's give it some love. Let's tell Tell the ego that there is no room for fears tonight. There you go. So just allow for you to even be more into a trust, beautiful feeling place. Okay, great. Now, beautiful job. You all really drop all the way down into this beautiful cosmic heart that is part of you, your true self, your truth, your beginning, your creation is a heart, is a beautiful heart that you are part of. And now I want you to expand your vision to see how you actually are connected, and see all this beautiful extension of a web. It goes all the way out and it connects to everything. And as you're following each of these webbing, each of these lines of light that is you, you may see that it goes infinite. It is infinite. You can take any of those paths and find truths about yourself. There are of infinite possibilities and probabilities. And it includes any truths about yourself in the past, present, and future that does not really exist in the time that way. It's everything that you are in this moment. And we're going to ask you to just push yourself a little bit more into allow yourself to see the truth. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. See the truth of who you are and who you are connected. The being that you are. There you go. See that we are all light. And then the light to the very core is a transmutation of a code. And the code always equals to love. And it always equals to divine. It's one and the same. The representation in this world of the divine, it's a little distorted for now, but it will soon be changed. And just allow yourself to just be into this divine, beautiful space and core truth about yourself. There you go, beautiful. And the representation of the symbol for this, it's almost like a 3 or also an infinity symbol. That is why we use these symbols to give to you to find the truth behind them. Each one of them, the high codes and meanings, but the meanings is always a lot simpler than is often translated from the humanity of the human people. There is often an overcomplication that it's more from the ego side and the fear side than it is from the trust and the love and the self. It is a beautiful representation of everything that it is, and when the understanding of that truth of ourselves is really embraced and embarked and made as, you know, our own, then it gives so much more freedom for everyone to feel fluid, to move through the life and the life path that we have chosen. And all of you, I have this ability because it is a choice. It isn't something that only some can do, or only some should be doing, or only some are meant to do it. It is there for all of us to experience, and there for all of you to also embark and accept. So now that this webbing is all extended, you can see as far as you can. I want you to see it that it's going to come up and actually come up as a cocoon and enclose you. And it's going to look like a drop. And then it's going to come back down. It's going to start flowing towards the center of your being in your physical body. So this is the center of your soul self, is not necessarily in this space, but so we're going into your physical self to bring in that information and allow for the information to reside, for allowing for the brain to understand and absorb the extent of what that means. So allow for that energy to flow. You may feel a lot of pressure around your ears and going down. And it's going to go right into your heart. Now at this time I'm going to present you with a gift. The gift that I have for you is that you are all beautiful and complete and whole and infinite as you are right now. This is the best that you are in this moment, and tomorrow you're going to be the best you are in that moment. This is your truth as well. Please embrace it as there is no other moment more important than this one. There is no other place more important than this one. There is no other existence more important than this one. There is no other way of being more important than the way you are in this moment, because this is your truth and who you are, and to embrace it to the fullest and to the extent of both what is perceived as the negative and the positive. To embrace the negative as being part of your own, because it is you, and it is what will facilitate for you to eliminate the barrier that there is from knowing your true self and knowing and understanding the truth about yourself, and eliminate the limitations that also through the teachings that it occurs in this world from all kinds of ways and all kinds of pathways, both from an educational standpoint or a teaching from your womb, from the family womb, that eliminating those will allow you to really perceive things under a different light. And so many of you are so needed to be able to really embark on this journey to allow these limitations to evade and dissipate, so that the amount of pain that right now is being created by what is known as fear is something that it is hurting everyone deep in their hearts. And we hear your calls, we hear your prayers, we hear your wishes, and we are telling you this is the way to help humanity and the world and everyone else to move through this density. I'm going to leave you here in this space and allow for Simona to come back. So much love to all of you. I am present in your life always. All you have to do is call. My presence is known from through what your religion and what you call religion. It isn't necessarily attached to only that. No matter what it is your belief, I am always here for you to provide assistance to anyone that needs it. And so be it. Blessings and love to all. Okay, let's continue the journey since we're not finished just yet. And I want to keep you here in this beautiful space still. And we're going to continue move forward. Now we're going to move from meeting with Mother Mary to meeting with God and providing whatever it is that we need. We just need to bring our vibration into, or to sit in this beautiful vibration if you want to. You can re-listen to this meditation as often as you like. It's not going to interfere with anything or be too much. So go ahead and see yourself being transported in front of God, Creator, or an energy being, whichever energy being you so choose, that's fine too. We're going to be bringing a blessing of love. And after this blessing, this is just because sometimes we can't really operate under a very high vibrational space. So we're just allowing our bodies to be, come down a little bit, which is almost here now. Great. Okay, now we're going to be building our altar of truth together with Mother Mary, God, and many other light beings. Each one of these beings are going to bring you a beautiful brick or a beautiful piece of your altar. You get to place it however it is that you want to place it, in whichever space you want to. And this is on an etherical level, so at any point you can actually make a real one and to mimic what you're building right now. And just go ahead and keep building this beautiful, beautiful altar. Mine looks like Cinderella Castle. I love Cinderella. but yours can be looking whichever one you want, but that's my altar of truth. So yes, it can be a palace. I guess it could be, seen as a palace, but mine is a palace. But yours can be whatever. It could be a box. That would be fine too. It could be a seashell. It could be any object. So I can see they're still coming in and bringing, each elements to bring in and put into your altar. Now we're going to be moving into the elements that we need. So they're bringing a pearl to represent purity. I want you to place it in your altar. Purity of thoughts, purity of mind, purity of heart. They're bringing a mermaid or a trident of Poseidon as a representation of water and emotions and fluidity. Sorry, I'm still so high in the vibrational that it's hard sometimes to talk. Okay, go ahead and place the trident, or they may give you a seashell or water, a bowl of water, whatever it is, a presentation of that for you. There you go. Okay, so you're going to be handed over a bowl of blessing. So this is your a sacred bowl of blessings. It may be full or empty, but just know that this is a never-ending bowl of sacred blessings that is being given to you. This is to represent the infinity of possibilities and probability, and the fact that anything, as long as it's part of our path, can be manifested, and it is part of ourselves. So there's many gifts that we can have, just that often we don't know which one of those are. So having a bowl of this infinite blessings is like, it's also one that I can see you can actually look into and be able to actually get visions, if you have questions and things like that. So you can use that way. Okay, the next item is actually a heart. And this is to remind you, and it's in the form of a necklace. And if you don't want to wear a necklace, you can do a bracelet, or you can just put the heart in your pocket. And this is to remind you that your heart always tells you your truth. Your heart is always, whenever you are in your heart, whenever it is coming from the heart, is always your truth. And that to always remember to go into your heart whenever you have an issue. And if you don't know what's going on, to just go ahead and go into your heart and into your heart space. Now, the last one is a watch, my favorite. All right, the watch is to remind us that everything happens for a reason, and everything has its time. Everything is there for a purpose, not to hurry up, not to rush it, not to delay it, although delaying it's okay too, maybe part of your path. And just respect and honor the fact that letting go of when it's meant to happen and how it's meant to happen, or whatever it is that my truth is supposed to be, that has no attachment to time, specifically to time. Okay. All right. Now that we received these beautiful gifts and that we made our altar, it's a place you can always go. You can go ahead and make an agreement that this is part of you, and that it is within your energy field or your physical body, anywhere you want to. Like I like to think of it, it's my solar plexus, and I can go and look for it always there. Or you can like to put in your mind if you want to go look for it there. Whichever place you want to, just put in a place that you know you can find it. You don't even have to do that. Just know that you have it, and you can ask, if you need to have clarity about something or someone or about yourself. You can always go near this altar of truth. Is connected to Mother Mary. She's always going to speak to you in a very candid but compassionate way, and she's always going to be guiding you to what it is that you're seeking for this truth. Okay, beautiful. You guys are doing absolutely awesome and are fantastic. Okay, we're nearing to the end. So we're just going to start kind of floating back down. And as you're floating down, you're going to get an opportunity to actually send blessings to people that you know, to yourself. You get to honor things about you that you want to honor. You get to ask something that you want, or more than one something. You can give your thanks and gratitude to these beautiful beings. They're always so happy to help us and to be around us, and they get so excited when we're willing to work with them. They have a tough job. And as you keep coming down and we're getting closer and closer to our body, go ahead and just keep sending either salutations, invitations, blessings. You're doing such an awesome job. I'm so proud of all of you. This was absolutely awesome. I don't often channel this way, so it's out there now. So, all right. All right, I feel they were almost all back into our body. So I want to now, want to ask you to start wiggling yourself and coming back out. If you feel like staying in this space, you're in your own home, you can continue this and just continue staying in this space, and you can go back into the altar, or you can go back into the space to talk to Mother Mary. She's still around, and they're still all around. Mostly because probably in about an hour I'm going to do another, or 2 hours I'm going to do, I'm sorry, an hour. I'm going to do another one, so I know they're going to be here with me for a while now. And they're always with us anyway. So I want to say many thanks to all of you for always being here and always providing such support and wonderful feedback, and I appreciate for all that you do for me and for the world and for yourself as well. I always am the happiest when I see all of you, or anyone who needs it, being in much, maybe just have just a little bit more of, go home with something that you didn't have before. So again, God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care and have a good night.